The moon hung low in the sky, casting a pale glow over the dilapidated mansion at the edge of the small town of Ravenswood. The once grand estate known as Blackwood Manor now stood as a crumbling relic of the past, shrouded in mystery and eerie legends. For years, the townsfolk whispered tales of ghostly apparitions and unexplained phenomena that plagued the mansion. Few dared to venture near it, and those who did rarely spoke of what they encountered. On a crisp autumn evening, three friends, Emily, Jack and Sarah, decided to challenge the mansion's dark reputation. They were thrill-seekers, drawn to the allure of the unknown, and Blackwood Manor was the ultimate test of their courage. Armed with flashlights and a camera, they made their way through the overgrown path leading to the mansion's imposing front doors. The air grew colder as they approached, and a sense of foreboding washed over them. Emily, the bravest of the trio, pushed open the heavy wooden doors with a creak that echoed through the empty halls. The smell of decay and mold filled their nostrils, and dust particles danced in the beams of their flashlights. They entered the grand ballroom, its once magnificent chandeliers now hanging askew, crystals shattered on the floor. A grand piano stood in the corner, its keys covered in dust. Emily approached it, running her fingers lightly over the keys, producing a discordant melody that echoed through the room. "Creepy," Jack muttered, shivering. Suddenly, a faint whispering filled the air, barely audible but unmistakable. The friends exchanged nervous glances, their bravado waning. They couldn't make out the words, but the tone was unmistakably sinister. "Did you hear that?" Sarah asked, her voice barely a whisper. "Probably just the wind," Emily replied, though she didn't sound convinced. As they continued exploring, the whispering grew louder, seemingly coming from all directions. The friends tried to ignore it, but the unsettling sound gnawed at their nerves. They climbed the grand staircase, the steps creaking under their weight, and reached the second floor. Long, dark hallways stretched before them, lined with doors that led to forgotten rooms. Jack pushed open one of the doors, revealing a bedroom frozen in time. A four-poster bed with tattered drapes stood against one wall, and a vanity table cluttered with ancient cosmetics sat in the corner. As they entered, the whispering intensified, now accompanied by a cold breeze that seemed to come from nowhere. "Sarah, this place gives me the creeps," Sarah said, hugging herself to keep warm. Emily's curiosity drove her to the vanity table. She picked up an old, cracked mirror and wiped away the grime. As she stared into it, her reflection seemed to distort, her features twisting into a grotesque visage. She gasped and dropped the mirror, shattering it on the floor. They hurried out of the bedroom, the whispers following them like a malevolent presence. The hallway seemed to stretch endlessly, and they struggled to find their way back to the staircase. Panic set in as they realized they were lost. Panic set in as they pounded on the door, but it wouldn't budge. The whispering became deafening, filling their minds with a cacophony of voices. They covered their ears trying to block out the sound, but it was futile. Suddenly the mirror shattered and the room plunged into darkness. The friends were enveloped in an icy grip, unable to move or speak. The whispering turned into a chilling laughter echoing through their minds. When they finally regained their senses, they found themselves outside the mansion, the front doors swinging shut behind them. Gasping for breath, they scrambled to their feet and ran, not stopping until they reached the safety of the town. No one believed their story, dismissing it as a prank or an overactive imagination. But the friends knew the truth. The mansion was alive, haunted by malevolent spirits that thrived on fear. Blackwood Manor remained a place of dark whispers and chilling secrets, waiting for the next curious souls to dare its halls.